living with chronic anxiety. I remember my life when I was a carefree little girl who moved from the location I was born to live at our own land. Our own land. The place was Gaga Street that my brother, Ashton, named Palmetto Close. Palmetto Close. The most abiding memory that stands out for me was running from where we live and falling at the entrance of the street, cutting my forehead open on the stone, that big stone protruding from the ground. I am sure I got up, went back home, and have the scar, that scar, as proof. I have concluded this was my chance to build my resilience, rebuild my resilience. That was to see me survive one adversity after another. There were many challenges to follow, which were part of the traumas I experienced. With each disaster I created, I was helped to carry on. I learned to cook, gathering stuff from the garden. That garden. But not knowing the laws of nature, I suffered for my ignorance. I really suffered and refused to eat certain foods. There was a time Dad had to cut the rings that were twisted off my finger. I have the scar to prove that too. With knowledge comes power, real power. I must have been a clumsy child. As far as I can recall, I had a happy childhood, as can be expected. Really happy childhood it was. Growing up with a loving family in a village that raised me. That village I will always remember. Being an only girl, I was more than privileged to lavish, yes, lavish, and accept the relationships with those in my family network. I enjoy the things that were part of my transitional development. I have recorded some of my cherished moments growing up. Yes, I have recorded some of those cherished moments growing up. I am still trying to work out when my life was turned upside down, really upside down. That is the time I changed from the fearless tomboy to a panic-stricken little girl who was shy and covering up my nervousness. If a child lives with ridicule, it learns to be shy. I can recall my first panic attack when an old man threatened me. Yes, he did threaten me for my cheekiness in taking up a deer. Yes, those days we children were really cheeky. My personal challenges over the next 10 plus years did not help. Okay. I turned my anger onto my father's God for allowing him to suffer. He did suffer. And I stopped going to the Townhead Baptist Church. Yes, that church where I did not feel I belong. If a child lives with shame, it learns to be guilty. If a child lives with security, it learns faith. Faith in myself and my family. As I am older now, the discrimination of the past 7 years stripped me of my dignity. Yes, my dignity. As the systems colluded to make me a criminal in the eyes of the law, I remember Nelson Mandela. How do I come to terms with what happened to me after experiencing bereavement and losses? If a child lives with hostility, it learns to fight. If a child lives with tolerance, it learns to be patient. Now, I am back to when I was a child. Carefree little girl. That carefree little girl growing up in Gaga Street.